you go along, one by one. But I'm saying that you need to be there in the focus. You are the one that they need to look at and listen to. And if you keep their attention by constantly going through the text in, telling the details that are important, not irrelevant, but important for the topic. If you talk about health, just stick to the health. And then you can also, maybe every 5 or 6 minutes, you can put a funny line there. They will laugh, they will enjoy, will say, hey, this presentation is not boring, it's actually interesting. But you put it and you decided to make it more interesting for them, so they could actually have fun as well. There is always a interesting caricature, picture, something that keeps their attention. And that's what I told you, those are hooks again. You need to check what the text that you are going to present makes logical sense, that they can follow it easily. There is introduction, there is the main body of the story, the message to take, and you can decide about the style, what style of presentation you're making. There are usually two types of presentation. One will be that you speak only and you don't allow anybody to interrupt you, but you need to tell them clearly why, because they will get the chance to ask you questions, but when you finish. So they can take notes during your presentation, and you are going to be ready to take questions at the end of your presentation. That's one type. Maybe a little bit more confident type of presentation and presenter would give the public another option, which would be, you are welcome to interrupt me during my presentation, but then I will answer your question right away. But if you do that, it's kind of not always easy to go back on your starting point before the question. And then you need to really keep a good track. What were you exactly talking about? And then when you answer the question, which is probably only on the point you're talking about right now, you need to be able to go back to the core of your presentation, because you don't get lost with one question and then you lose everything. You lose the structure, you lose the whole presentation of yours. So the focus is the presentation, not questions. And then when you answer briefly the question, go back to the point you were talking about, so that you can completely manipulate your time in your benefit, and that you don't allow even questions or people who interrupt you by asking questions, which you still politely and nicely answer to the best of your knowledge. Of course, you want to answer the question, but and keep their satisfaction high in that way anyway, because that's what you gave them. The option was, you can ask me questions during the presentation. So when you are introducing yourself in the beginning of the presentation, your final information for the public is, I will take your questions, but later. I will take your questions during my presentation. So you decide what you do. And then based on your decision, the presentation will take a shape the way you want. And you are the one who is deciding about it, not the people who are there. They are there to listen to what you have to say.
I got it perfectly. I will have two types of presentation in front of a hound,
Audience, you can say audience if you want. Audience, right.
In front of a lot of audience.
Public, right.
Public.
Like public.
Next week on Wednesday, I have one like that about the integration story, and we have two visitors. Yeah, and let me check a little bit. But the thing, I got it, like, we talk and we explain everything in our way, and when everything is done, I will ask them, like, also, you have any question to ask me? And if we not, we will end this soon. If you just ask it to me in the public, and I will answer that to you. I think that's the polite way. And secondly, but I will not let anybody like interrupt me during my speech because that is a little bit unpolitely. Yeah. And it maybe stop the flow of my idea.
It's not impolite, it's just a matter of style. In some cultures, it could be maybe considered impolite because of the culture, local culture. It's like the local religion. Something that is normal in Asia is maybe not normal in Europe, and something that is normal in Africa is maybe not normal in North America, which means, we are having different culture, and then we have different, communication styles. Believe me, even people who do business around the world, when they come to different country, they don't know how to give their, business card. What was that? Did you do?
Sorry, I forgot. Where's the day?
Look at us. We just look great. We always look great.
I look like a mafia.
Kind of, yeah, we are mafia people. So what's your Italian name?
Hey, I can make a mafia face like this and take it again.
I'm Giacomo. Giacomo.
Yeah, like
right.
You watch a movie The Godfather, right?
That's why I choose the name Giacomo. I'm the Italian, right? Okay.
But I love the name.
You are Francesco.
Hey, you can speak Italian.
Nice Italian name. Francesco and Giacomo. Una mafia, due mafie. È perfetto.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I lived in Italy for 2 years. Don't forget that.
Oh, wow.
In 2010 and 2011. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you speak it fluently?
I don't speak fluently, actually, because, I haven't been there for 10 years now. 11, 12. Oh, my God. Yeah, because I lost. I spoke Italian better when I was there, because I lived with Italian people, and I was teaching them English, and they were teaching me Italian. So, yes. Yeah.
That's class. And any language that you can speak like more fluently than your mother tongue? No, like
not really, but I just like to learn foreign languages. So when if I try to say something in Italian, it will sound like the real Italian, with no accent. But it's so hard because in Italian language they've got so many accents. They call it dialetto.
Sicily.
Yes, it is. That's the South Italy has very difficult old accent. Old one, because they use old words from in the past. They used to be popular words in the past, and now modern Italian, you can recognize people in the North Italy speak more modern Italian, and in the South they still keep the dialetto. They call it dialetto or dialect, but in the Italian language they call it dialetto, right? Dialetto. This is the Italian word for dialect.
Oh my God! So Italy is a little bit. Is it similar a little bit to English?
Nothing is similar. No, nothing. No, nothing. Because maybe you think it is, but no, it's not. Trust me, because the two languages belong to two different. Let me show you this. To two different families of languages. Check. So they don't have any. How can I tell you, connecting dots, right? There is no similarity because Italian is based on Latin language. So Germanic languages, including the Anglo-Saxon, which is German and modern German, modern English, they don't have any links with Latin language. And Italian, Spanish, French, Italian, Greek, Portuguese, the Southern European languages, they are based on Latin because of the ancient influence of Greek Empire, and the Roman Empire.
Roman Empire and Greek
Empire. But they were based on Latin language. Those two empires were based on Latin, and Latin represented the core, of education, knowledge, writing, and everything. So in that past, only rulers and priests, they could write and speak correctly and read books. They were educated. Ordinary people, including soldiers, which were next on the scale, they were not many times, not often, educated, so they could just fight. No, like trader would be trading, selling, buying, making profit, making money. Fighter would be warrior, just killing or getting killed. But if you're a priest, then your job is reading.
Oh,
You're reading books.
Bible?
Yeah, not just Bible, just reading scientific books of any, material available at that time. Like for you and me today, if we know how to use internet browsers, we consider ourselves educated, right? Then somebody who's like our parents' generation or grandparents, God forbid, then they just don't know how to use the internet resources and everything, right? So it's the same way. Today it's internet, in the past it was books and reading. So priests, very rich people, traders, rulers, local rulers, they are aristocratic families. They were able to read and write.
Right.
Soldiers, many didn't know how to they didn't know how to write their own name. They just would, put a fingerprint in the future. 18th century, 19th century, they put fingerprint as a proof of their identity.
Yeah, but they don't know how to write a name.
No, not even their own name. So can you believe that? Like, I mean, come on. Today, that kind of illiteracy, which means not being able to read and write, it's almost completely gone, luckily, because most people can write and read.
Maybe they can read.
It's basic knowledge, we would consider.
Basic part of knowledge. Maybe they can read.
It's basic knowledge. Somebody peeking in your room. I don't know who's
My
that.
grandmother.
Your grandma? She says,
yeah, my grandma.
What's wrong with my grandson? He speaks funny language. I don't understand anything he's saying.
What is speaking? Yeah, my grandma was like that. What is speaking? Is it good for his future?
Yeah. I know. This is the way how elderly people think. It's normal.
Yeah.
I think it's the way of thinking is like they always mean good. They always mean positive and good for their grandchildren. Because they love their grandchildren. This is normal.
I love her a lot.
It's both ways.
Yeah, she was taking care of me when I was just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from a hospital. Was speaking out from a hospital. I was really small. Maybe this. Maybe I have a line of this notebook.
Babies are usually around 45, 50 centimeters. Maybe in Asia it's different. I don't know. Here in Europe, over 50 centimeters.
This length, only this length. Maybe a little bit more.
I think a little bit. Because babies are not so small as you think.
Yeah, I know.
They're not like rice grain. They're a little bit bigger than that. So
yeah,
it's good.
But some of them was born like what's that? Maybe not enough month.
We call that prematurely born.
Prematurely
born. Prematurely babies, right? Of course, we've got many babies born prematurely. It's quite common actually nowadays.
Yeah, but when they was born, they really hey, their weight is really low, and maybe they nearly to death. They need to take in what
incubators. You need to take babies into the incubator. You see, now that we have this difficulty, the war in Israel, you know the stories about incubators and babies who are in very dire danger of dying, basically because there was no, and maybe there is still no electricity for incubators to run and for babies to be safe put inside, because there is oxygen, there is care, and the temperature is right, and humidity and everything inside the incubator. It's a plastic box that keeps a prematurely babies alive. So if they are outside of it, they really could die. And this is what's happening really happening in Israel. So it's not a joke. It's really happening.
Not a joke.
No, not really. I think many of them already died. Do you know that in that war, over 5,000 kids were killed? I'm talking kids.
In Italy now, this means maybe right now for three months without any born baby.
they do have babies, because how could you know 6 or 8 months ago that there is going to be the war and women became pregnant? You cannot plan your pregnancy because of the war, right?
Yeah.
Because you never know when will it start. Maybe tomorrow there will be war in my country and the women are pregnant right now. So how can they know there is going to be the war? Who can tell them? Nobody. Nobody. So you see, that's the thing with wars. It always brings the worst, the suffer, and well, not the good things at all. In any case, prematurely born babies are born before 9 months, before their due date. Due date means a regular date. Due date. Expected.
Do they? Due
date.
Yes. Do.
Another new word for you. Look,
yeah,
it's very specific. Check what it means.
Now.
Yeah, that's how I actually get you into the learning mode, to just give you more new words, and you're like, what's this, what's that, and your curiosity is great because you're curious to learn. I love that.
Yeah, because I'm not having much time to see you, so I think if I have a chance to talk it with you, I should talk it and
we make it meaningful. We make it meaningful. Also.
Meaningful, and I will explore your vocabulary.
You will misuse my vocabulary. That's bad. Just kidding, you know. Okay, look, due. Well, you can say the baby was born exactly on its due date, which means exactly on the expected date, which was calculated to be the exact date when the baby needs to be born. That's what's called the due. Expectant day, expectancy, right? When you are actually waiting for the baby to come. But you know, this is not for sure. Babies can be early, 1 month, 2 months, sometimes even more, and then it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
Or they can be a little bit late. Those are lazy babies. They say, I feel beautiful inside my mom. I don't want to get out because outside it's very cold. And say, I want to stay in.
Yeah. I remember that there was a boxing champion, highway champion named Tyson Fury. Maybe you know him.
Everybody knows about Tyson.
Tyson Fury, not Mike Tyson.
Sorry, that's a different Tyson.
Yeah,
I was talking about Mike Tyson only. When we talk about boxing, everybody knows about Mike Tyson. What? Who was Fury or Fury?
Tyson Fury. He's a premature baby. We just only.
He was maybe premature.
Yeah,
prematurely born. Is he younger or older? Because I never heard about that guy yet.
Right now maybe he's 30, 36. I don't remember.
Not too young, but you know, quite younger still, and not.
Yeah, quite young for a professional boxer. I think so.
Not so sure. For professional boxer, his time is already.
Yeah, just hit the prime.
Yeah. I think he's close to retirement, or if he's not even retired already. If you play things like football, look at Messi, or look at any other players. When they reach 40, it's time to even before that. Federer, you remember Federer? He was 41 when he retired from tennis. Yeah. You know, these things happen with professionals. They cannot run for too long.
Yeah,
their career, because it burns them. It burns their energy.
And the boxer,
that's really hard. Yeah.
6 rounds, they have to run and football a lot.
That's kind of really demanding, physically torturing a little bit, you know, their system. And you know what happens, like people like Mike Tyson and others, maybe they're famous, maybe they're great in the prime of their, you know, popularity and everything. But when they get like a little bit older, just a little bit, when they're like 50 or 55, well, the body remembers everything you do to the body in younger age. So when they reach the age of 50 or 55, the body suddenly starts going, you know, failing them, right? And, you know, they received hundreds or if not thousands sometimes dozens of thousands of punches into their body, and all this will show badly in organs, in the skin.
Yeah, but I think that if they
Yeah, it will
maintain
show.
their life healthy, they will not get
It will
any
show.
bad. But Mike Tyson and or the maybe all the famous athletes, they maybe they overdose the alcohol drug. They
This is
can't live with
sometimes
it.
the case, right? Because there's
Yeah.
too much money, and they used to be poor when they were younger, and then they got hold of too much money, and they just start using it in the
Like
wrong way.
my friend called that is kind of a sick.
Yeah.
A sick of a star maybe.
But just imagine if very healthy person doesn't abuse any substances or doesn't do anything, but just a healthy body, young body, starts receiving thousands of punches. Somebody keeps hitting you and punching you nonstop. And then do you expect to have a peaceful, older age when you get older? Do you think you're going to stay healthy with being punched and kicked the whole period of time that when you were younger? I don't think it's normal, because human body is human body. It's not made of
You know what's
iron.
crazy about Mike Tyson career and Mike Tyson training session?
I don't know.
He used really less of weight to training. He just used his own body. He used calisthenic.
Well, you can use whatever he wants. I just know he didn't have a long life.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm trying to tell you, every fighter will live very short life.
Yeah.
Because, guess who lives at 90? Are they fighters? No. There you go. I think it tells you everything. Yeah, tells you everything about that. Sorry, gotta run now. So have to say goodbye. That was nice to see you.
Good to see you today. Clearly.
Take some notes. I hope it helps a little bit with your vocabulary as well.
Yeah, and my next my first MC host.
Experience next week. Good luck with that, okay?
Yeah.
Think about Toastmasters. Just think about it. Nothing to do, but think about it. Just think about it. You see, it's in your neighborhood. You didn't even know. There you go. I know things in your neighborhood. Crazy.
Yeah,
Bye.
right. Bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.